You ready, buddy? You feeling drugged? Yeah, you look very... I mean, you're also in your harness, but you look very uncoordinated.
Oh, he is.
Poor thing. It's a lot.
He jumped off the bed before I could grab him, and he's very uncoordinated.
I mean, it's 150 milligrams, which is a lot. Morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. Yesterday's vlog is kind of a sister vlog to this. Does a better job of explaining what's going on, but quick version. Kep's going in for an echocardiogram. Hasn't had one in a long time. He has been drugged. That's it. That's the very, very fast version. So we're going to get him in his kennel and then get out of here. We don't know anything yet. It's just his blood work showed that maybe he should have an echo just to, take a peek. And also it's been many years since he's had an echo.
He also needs a tooth pulled, so they want to check.
Yeah. I might have mentioned that the other day when he went to his actual vet visit, but he's a bad tooth. They want to pull the tooth. They want to give him anesthesia. They wanted to do blood work to find out if he can have anesthesia, and blood work revealed some other things. They're like, we should check that out before we give him anesthesia. One of those things is the echo, so that's what's happening today. There you go, buddy. Fortunately, you are very food motivated, and you do this, and you can do anything you want. He does love churu. He's really calmed down. He's just sitting now.
Look how petting works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really does.
But when he gets home and he can actually calm down, then he's a zombie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting medicine. Because, in this environment where he would normally be quite frantic, he is clearly more calm. And then at home when he would be more calm is when he just, stares at the wall. It's interesting. There he is. There's the man of the hour.
Still woozy.
Yeah.
No more churu for a little bit.
No more churu. So, they did the echo. He was actually quite good for it. We were giving him churu at the time, but he was fairly relaxed. In fact, the staff at that office, that wasn't our normal vet. That was a place we went just for the echo. The staff at that office said that they had never seen a cat that food motivated. And it's just really funny to me because growing up...
Sagan was more.
Yeah, and Kep wasn't even food motivated at all. I mean, Kep only ate when Sagan ate. And when Sagan would eat through his food and then go and push Kep out of the way, and Kep would just stop. Kep would be like, okay, I guess I'm done. So it's funny that, now there's this, image of Kepler as like this food-motivated cat when that's not really who he ever was. It's just he does like those treats. Anyway, so do you want to talk about
Let me get him on my lap first because he wants a lap.
Give that boy a lap.
Come here, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Don't move him around too much. He is full of churu.
He's also very woozy still and limp.
Yeah.
Like in the car, he just kind of went limp on me.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, basically, Kepler has a heart murmur, which we knew from when he was very young, and it's probably just genetics. And what that means is the valves aren't clicking. I mean, they don't click, but they don't pop open fully.
Mm-hmm.
I think he wants your lap.
You can just come up here. Or just wants to be on the table.
Maybe. Good boy. Yeah. So, basically, there's something with the valve. And he had an echo when he was young, and they gave it a rating because they give him some sort of rating, but I don't remember what that was. Do you want a chair?
He just wants to walk around.
Okay. I just don't want him to fall. I don't remember what the rating was. It wasn't ultra mild, but it wasn't severe. Mm-hmm. It was probably a 2 or something. So they were like, we'll check him in a few years, we'll see how he's doing. And then almost a year ago, he had a ultrasound, and they also did a little check on his heart with the ultrasound. And they were like, there really hasn't been any changes from what we can tell, even though it's a different test.
Yeah.
And so when we got here and found this vet, we wanted to make sure we had a vet, in case something happened, that we had a vet that we could get him to and not have to have a waiting list or something. So they did all this stuff, and they did his blood work, and they said, there's a tooth we think needs pulled. There's one on the lower left. They said he's missing the same tooth on the right side, actually. So maybe at some point that fell out on its own, and maybe those two are just, I don't know, bad for some reason. So they have to put him under for that. And they said, well, we need to do this blood work to make sure he's okay to have anesthesia, and we want to check a few other things while we're doing that. So we said, okay. And the blood work was like, yeah, he has some heart stress, that some number came back high. And they were like, we really think he needs an echocardiogram to see how his heart murmur is doing before he goes under. So that's what he had done today. And the vet at the echocardiogram was like, she had a little heart illustration, and she was drawing on it with a whiteboard marker, and she's like, there's like a bulge here and like the left lower part of the heart. She
Ventricle.
said ventricle, thank you, because it's the ventricles and the atriums. She said that's going to start thickening and having trouble, and she was telling us like what might possibly happen someday down the road for Kepler and what it can happen. But she said based on where he is now, she's like, he should have the tooth pulled. And she said, I have some recommendations for how that should go, like what, anesthesia they should use and what they should look out for him in particular before they do anything and after they do anything. So it was important.
The takeaway from the echo, which is I think the thing that people are probably most interested in, is Kepler is fine. And to be, brutally honest, Kepler is fine now. We don't know how Kepler will be in an unknown amount of time, but Kepler does have some stuff with his heart that is changing. And the doctor who gave the echo seemed to believe that the steroids probably aren't helping because the steroids cause problems for the heart. Mm-hmm. And that's not great, because he's been on the steroids because of the triaditis. So, when he had the ultrasound earlier, which is not an echo, but when he had the ultrasound and they said that there was no changes, that was also before he had been taking the steroids. Now he's been on the steroids for a while. Yeah, almost a year, for quite a long time. And it seems like that is causing changes. And that's bad, because we are trying to solve one problem and it looks like we're making another problem worse in the process. So what's going to happen is we're going to talk to the vet and find out if there is a different path we could go instead of the steroid, if there's some other medicine we could use, or if we could lower the dosage of the steroid. The steroid dosage that he's getting right now is apparently very low. But we'll just have to kind of see what happens. But it sucks, because he has triaditis, and we're trying to solve that. But he also has, I guess at this point, an increasing heart issues. And, it's kind of like a balancing act, I guess, to figure out how we can best, meet his needs on both fronts. And that is difficult. So, but as of right now, he is okay. The doctor today, the vet, said he doesn't need to start any sort of medication or anything.
There are medications that he can go on in the future.
Yes, things are not bad enough for him to need a medication for his heart. And that's good. I mean, that's a positive thing for sure. It's just going to be a matter of figuring out what to do about the triaditis, because it appears that being on the steroid is causing the heart issues. So we have to solve that, but we will. as always, we continue to do our absolute best for this guy. We love him. He's now home, and he's going to be just relaxing for the rest of the day. And I'm grateful for that. Yeah. He'll be back to normal probably by tonight and tomorrow for sure. So we'll go from there. Well, you got places to be? Apparently the place to be was right there. Sounds good, buddy. Okay. We'll as always, we'll keep you guys up to date with how he's doing. He'll have to go in for another echo in about 6 months.
He's getting his tooth pulled.
Because he's getting his tooth pulled within the next month or so. And that should hopefully go just fine. And then he'll need another echo in 6 months, and that'll kind of give an idea of like what the progression is on this heart stuff. And hopefully by then we will have figured out a good solution to keep both his triaditis in check and his heart stuff in check. So fingers crossed for that. Okay. Thanks for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?